Hi everybody, how are you today? In today's video, I'm going to show you around my kitchen. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite gadgets. I'm going to show you how I organize my kitchen and my pantry, and I'm going to show you how I, most importantly, travel with my kitchen. Stay tuned, be right back. Conveniently located right off of the door, the only door to get in here besides the cab doors. So the first thing that you see when you come in is a step stool. Used to be an extension ladder here. I don't know if some of you remember from earlier videos. I still have my extension ladder. I'm saving it just in case I need it later, but I decided this was a bit better for me. I'm always adjusting the outdoor lights because they're on solar and the motion detector. So sometimes I don't want to have the lights on, and so I'll get up there and turn them off, and this is way easier than using that extension ladder. On this side, dog food container. And I also keep my dog leashes here, the dog towel, my hiking pole, and doggy doo-doo bags. Okay, so right here, some of you have seen this earlier, I took out the microwave. I didn't use the microwave enough to make it count, so I use this for storage, mostly for my coffee things, not necessarily just coffee, but coffee things. I also use, I'm going to try to get that in there, use this area for my 2 pots. I have 2 pots, and also lids. Okay. One of my favorite gadgets is this battery powered mixer, and it works pretty well like for smoothies and pancake batter. The other things I keep up there, you know, it's just like peanut butter, coconut oil, things like that. So not a lot of stuff, but just enough stuff that it's my morning stuff's up here, basically. From another video, which I'll put above, I heat my water in the morning with this kettle, which is also collapsible for storage. And I put my hot water into this Yeti canister, which helps quite a bit throughout the day if I need hot water, whether it's for tea or washing up. There's another gadget that I use quite a bit. It's a frother, and I use it to mix up my coffee in the morning because I put in coconut oil in my coffee still. Again, I'll post that video here, a link to it. And I put in collagen powder, you know, so I have to use something to stir it up really well. I have back here, of course, my coffee pot. It's a Bialetti Mocha Espresso coffee pot. It says it's 6 cups, but I only have 1 out of it. A very strong, probably 6 shots, I guess. This is a sink drainer. How handy is that? So I can do the dishes, if I wish, and lay them out here to drip dry. Or I guess it could be used as to, you know, put some clothes that you just washed or something if they're small. And that fits kind of nicely back there. I've got a place for my utensils, but I really don't use these utensils. They're more or less, you know, foo-foo. They're foo-foo. They just decorate. I'll show you where my real utensils are in a minute. This is a compost bin right there. Ta-da, right here. And this is where I can put my coffee grounds or any food things go in here. Okay. I talked in an earlier video, I believe, about my dehumidifier. If I'm plugged into shore power, I use this, and I use a lot of it. I mean, it really works well. Also, for a dehumidifier, I have one of these in here. It's an Evidry. It's rechargeable, and it lasts, I can't remember how long it lasts, but when those orange granules turn green, which it looks like I'm about due to change it again, I have to plug it in for like 24 hours. Okay. Handy dandy soap dispenser goes right here. I'm out of soap at the moment, but you should know that when I do put soap in there, I use a kind to the environment soap, like Mrs. Meyer's or Castile soap. And I water it down a great deal. And this is one of those type of, see if there's anything left in it from, no, it's pretty empty. One of those kind that it comes out in a foam. So you're even saving more, you're using less anyway. So you're doing a better job. Of course, cutting board. I put this faucet on because I needed to have something where I could spray and take, this comes off, you know, like for my hair or something that can reach a little bit farther. The dog. See what else. Oh, I have a set of knives back here. They're just cutting knives, not very many. I don't have any steak knives here at all. Spices. That's where my spices are for the most part, the bulk spices. I have a little spice area back here. These are my mixed spices. And then I have one of these I don't really use, so I don't know. I don't think I'll ever probably use it. Okay, and down now to my oven. I store my frying pans in my oven. Got two, small and large. I've got a cookie sheet, and I've got a pizza stone in my oven. I use the pizza stone mostly to help with distributing the heat in the oven. And I also have one of these that you stick on a burner, and then it distributes the heat, because this is a propane stove, and so the heat sometimes is too hot. So you can diffuse it a little bit with this, or you can make it spread. You can put it on low and the heat will spread. That's kind of handy. I don't know what they call it, but a heat distributor maybe. Below here is where I keep some of my cleaning supplies. I opted for this drawer for my cleaning supplies, mostly having to do with the drawer is pretty broken. So I don't want to be in and out of it a lot. But I also have things like alcohol peroxide, aloe gel. I've got the dog's flea medicine, empty coconut oil containers that I use like for baking grease if I need it. So I got a couple of those. And the dish soap that I have to water down and put in there a little bit later. Anyway, so not a lot of cleaning stuff. Oh, the thieves. I did want to show you the thieves. So I used to be a distributor for this company, Young Living, excellent company for essential oils. But I mostly just order when I need something. Okay, so the cupboard above the sink is my where I keep my dishes mostly. So I have several cups, coffee cups, of course. This is one of my favorite things. It's a small set of drawers. It fits perfectly right here. And here I keep my flatware. And then the other two are just the other little gadgets. You know, can opener, wine opener, garlic chopper, grater, whatever. Barbecue brush, all that type of stuff. I do use paper plates periodically. Mostly I put the paper plates on top of my normal plates. I have two regular glasses, about four coffee cups altogether. These are stainless steel wine glasses, but you can use them for anything, of course. And then I have two what I call real wine glasses, but they're the stemless, and I keep them in these little pockets padded with napkins on each side. So I have to be careful though when I go to close this that I'm not closing it on something where it's going to break, because I don't want to force anything, so I'm kind of careful. This is just a wine aerator. Anyway, so one of the gadgets I like and has helped me a lot for organizing has been this plate bin. Can you see it? Okay, and I have it in another bin, so it's kind of hard to distinguish between the two. But this lets my plate sit up straight like this. I've got some lids right back here. And then I've got my cutting board covers or liners. Then I've got a few storage bins back here. I use this, just the cheapo Glad ones at the grocery store, my favorites. And then I have a couple of others too. This bar right here is loose, but that's okay. I'll tighten it up when I go to leave. But this is one of the things I keep here when I'm traveling. I put this bar right across here. Again, I got to be careful where it sits because I don't want the wine glasses to break. And like in any RV, it's not like a home where you have every single thing in its place. So in an RV, you don't have the luxury of having a place for everything, although there is a place for everything, but oftentimes I have to move things around to make way for the thing I just used, or I have to look for something and pull it out and put everything I just got out of the way back. Does that make sense? So if I need, I'm going to turn you around. I need a storage container back there. Well, I'm going to have to move most of the stuff out of the way to get to that storage container. And then I got to put most of the stuff back in the same place when after I get the storage container. So it's, it's a little bit cumbersome, but it's a small space. And it works for me. I just, I'm kind of meticulous when it comes. I want things to be in where they're supposed to go. Make sense? You see when I close that, it has got to go over that bar. And it does. Okay. And okay, so under the sink, yes. Under the sink, I have extra dog food, extra paper towels, some garbage bags, compostable, the dog's vitamins, dog snacks, and way in the back, you can't really see it, is the Instapot. I'm very careful how I place things, so when they move around while I'm driving, they do not hit the pipes. So I'm very careful about that. Okay, and the pantry. So again, I'm utilizing those shoe holders. I cut it to fit. I hung it from here. And I have various things. I've got some baggies, which I use these quart-sized frozen more than anything else. I've got some wax covers like for cheese if I have cheese. In here, I've got some more, various things are in these packets. I put a motion detector light up there so when I open it up, it opens up. I've got a 3-drawer plastic container from Costco that goes in here, and it houses some not as often used things. Up here is some more coffee and wine things and some storage and things like that. This is where my utensils are. More of my utensils anyway, the ones I really use. And they're too big for the smaller container. And then down here is pasta, rice, and wrap, like Reynolds wrap and Saran wrap. Sorry, that's a little bit hard to see. I showed you this once before, and I added these, and that helped quite a bit to get some stuff off the, off of here, off the bottom here. So when I travel, we'll start right here. When I travel with the RV, I'm going to rearrange this area right here to accommodate movement. So we'll come right back to that. And this is my Berkey water filter. This is for my drinking water. Riggs's and I, our drinking water, I should say. We go through about 1.5 to 2 gallons per day, the two of us. And it's really a lifesaver because I can use any tap water or any water really. They say you can use pond scum water if you want to and run it through here and you'll get fresh water. I've seen it demonstrated. I haven't had to try it. So like when I was at La Jolla, I would fill those bottles up and bring them in. I've had 2. And I'd bring them in, and then as needed, every night before I went to bed, I'd check the levels, and I would add water so the level was up there by morning. And then, after I did that, I fill up a water container that's in the fridge, because I like cold water, so to drink, and so I put that in there. And that's an old, like a Brita container, and this works great for it. And it's kind of slim, so it fits right there in the door. Okay, so back to how I pack the pantry. This, on moving day, on the day I'm going to leave, I try not to fill this. So I let it get down as low as it can be so it's a little bit lighter to move. And I stick it right here in this corner, which requires, of course, me to move these things out of the way, all the way over. Right now they're in the way. I also kind of wrap it right here with a towel. So if for any movement, this isn't getting, you know, moved around too much. This is a spigot that shows my water level. It's right here right now. So it's like probably about right there in there. So that kind of helps me decide if I'm filling it up or not. Pretty often I just fill it up at night. So it kind of takes that thinking process away. So I'll put this in there and arrange everything so nothing's falling off. So everything gets put away in here or in this drawer so it doesn't move around. I have one of these here. I also use another one that goes about this level. Again, it had mostly to do with that water filter. I'll close the door, and then I hook a bungee from here to here. Which brings me to my supplement drawer we were talking before. So vitamins, Advil, Excedrin, Mucinex, Silver, Bayer, you know, just some antibiotics from Mexico just in case I need one, Tums, you know, that type of stuff. So anyway, so I bungee from here to here. Over here, this is still left from last time, I bungee that, and I think I've had a video, in fact I'm sure I had a video where I show you how I'm packing up. And then I bungee my fridge for traveling. I put one of those stools right here in front of this drawer, hoping to stop it from moving around too much. There's nothing in there that can get hurt, but this drawer has actually flown out across the floor before. Very frustrating. Oh, I didn't show you this. So that's very helpful for food prep. Now, yes, I could turn this around that way, the Berkey, but I prefer it this way. I have a stand for this, but it puts it up higher than I need it to be. But if I need it to be over the sink, I will turn it around and have it up higher so I can get a cup underneath there or whatever I need to get underneath there. For the most part, this works well. I just have to be careful not to run into that spout, which I'm, you know, pretty used to it by now. Okay, so some of my favorite gadgets for the kitchen. Gosh, I think I've already showed them to you. One is the Berkey. One is the blender, little battery operated blender. Another is this. I mean, it keeps hot water hot for, like, you know, all day long. So if I boil it up in the morning, it stays hot throughout the evening, and I even have bath water for nighttime. Love that. And my other favorite gadget, not shown here, but you've seen it before, is the Coleman one burner stove. So I don't use it so much when I'm camping at my daughter's because I usually eat dinner with them at least, you know, a few nights a week. So I don't use it that much here. Anyway, I think that's it for my kitchen. Okay, well, I think that about covers it. If you can think of any questions, something I might have missed or didn't elaborate on, let me know in the comments. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.